I admit I should have expanded a little bit when he was dropping names like Luke Appling. I mean, when Luke Appling is one of your hitting coaches, is I don't care at what level, a spring training instructor, or Eddie Matthews, both of whom are in the Hall of Fame. Luke Appling, who obviously one of the greatest White Sox of all time, a 20-year career that was strictly with the White Sox, didn't play with any other team, but Appling was roughly about 10 All-Star games and had just under 2,800 hits and a no doubt Hall of Famer. And then, of course, you mentioned Eddie Matthews, who's in the Hall of Fame as well as Appling, one of the all-time great Braves with 512 home runs. And I should have had him expand a little bit, but I think we did cover a lot of topics. He was just giving an idea of all the Hall of Fame people who have instructed him in his career, from getting to meet Hank Aaron to playing for Bobby Cox and playing for Jim Leyland and for Franco. And I failed when I introduced the interview to Tony La Russa as well, who's, of course, in the Hall of Fame and the senior advisor of the Chicago White Sox, and played for Phil Niekro. I mean, Phil was a minor league manager. Davey Johnson. I mean, all these guys had amazing careers. Lou Piniella, I know I'm repeating this, but just to emphasize, you think about all those names who to whom he reported, who instructed him, and what he is giving back now to high school players in the inner city in L.A. and part of the Hank Aaron Invitational at Rickwood last month. The games he's played in, to hit a home run in the World Series, to be in a pennant-winning situation in '92 with the Braves and Pirates. I mean, just think about it. It's just mind-boggling to think that when we talked about Cooperstown, when he walked into Cooperstown and he saw all those plaques, and he can say, yeah, well, I knew him, he helped me along the way, and I played for this guy and I played for that guy, and the reason I got to the big leagues is because of what Willie Stargell taught me here and what Phil Niekro taught me about, things like that. It just you shake your head, and those are so much fun to have Brian Hunter very, very humble about it. But, hey, I'll tell you what, I like it. I want those guys to brag about those names. They should, because those are just some of I use the term giants of the games, not players who play for the Giants, but in terms of the giant figures of baseball. And Brian Hunter, certainly his maturation to the big leagues because of those gentlemen. So Brian Hunter, our second guest here tonight following Ryan Burroughs. We are, again, expecting a 7:30 first pitch tonight, so the field looks to be in good shape right now. Obviously, the tarps have been off the field for a while, and the players are warming up right now, so we should have baseball within the next 10 minutes. So come join us. So we will get underway, as I said. Tonight, it's our Wednesday Bark in the Park. So, again, $3 wine for all of you adults, free admission for all of you, all of your dogs, that is. And tonight's game presented by veterinarian specialists of Birmingham and Palms. Rest of this series in terms of promotions, Thirsty Thursday, that, of course, will be tomorrow. $2.75 beer and seltzers. It's single night and AUG, as in August, but Augtoberfest, presented by Miller Lite and Buffalo Wild Wings. So that will be tomorrow for Thirsty Thursday. And, of course, Friday night we'll have our fireworks, and that's presented by Coca-Cola and Coors Light. Saturday night, by the way, Friday night, not only fireworks, and I'll talk more about this during the game, but it will also be championship replica ring giveaway for the first 1,000 fans 18 and over. So that night, Friday, is presented by Coca-Cola and Coors Light. So the Barons, who are certainly alive and well for a possible three-peat in the Southern League. So hopefully we'll have another one of those promotions next year. But anyway, come join us on Friday night, championship replica ring giveaway. And then Saturday, Super Saturday, fireworks, so more fireworks, girls' night out, a diamond dig, presented by Sarah Toyota, Diamonds Direct, and the Hyatt Regency. And then Sunday is our 205 Sunday, which means a 205 first pitch and $2.05 hot dogs. So a lot happening on this homestand in terms of promotions, a lot happening on this homestand in terms of on the field. The Barons and the Trash Pandas both sharing the top spot for the final playoff spot, the second half playoff spot in the Southern League's North Division. Again, Birmingham winning last night 11-8. So the Barons and the Trash Pandas both 27-25 in the second half. Barons have won 7 in a row. That's the longest current winning streak in the Southern League. And, the Barons not just trying to beat Rocket City. They can still flat out win the division. Both these teams could, of course, each are a half game back of Knoxville. Anyway, for that, but that's in a way irrelevant because Knoxville's already won the first half. So that is what's on the docket tonight. And as I said, the Barons best served to win 4 out of the 6 games in this series, but they've already taken care of part 1, winning last night 11-8. And I say really having to win 4 out of the 6 because a split does them no good, and obviously in the split means that they'd really be 2 back, not 1 back, because Rocket City not only would have a 1-game lead on paper, but they would have the tiebreaker as well, the head-to-head. That's the second half head-to-head series between these 2 clubs. All right, let's go to the starting lineups now. First for the visiting Rocket City Trash Pandas under first-year Rocket City manager, veteran baseball man Joe Krusel. Again, Rocket City in the second half, 27-25, and overall 62-57. The Double-A Angels look like this. Leading off, playing shortstop, Arjun Namala. Batting second and playing second, Nick Rodriguez. Jake Monroe plays third, and he bats third. The cleanup man is the designated hitter, Jacob Cozart. Caleb Bartolero, he bats fifth. He's at first base. Tucker Flint back in the lineup tonight, hits sixth. He's in right field. Juan Flores back in the lineup tonight. He does the catching and hits seventh. Anthony Skoll, he plays center field and hits eighth. Batting ninth and playing in left field is Jake Thompson. And on the mound tonight for the Rocket City Trash Pandas is the right-hander Austin Gordon. Again for Rocket City and a manager, Joe Krusel, it's Namala, Rodriguez, and Monroe, Cozart, Bartolero, and Flint, Flores, Skoll, Thompson, and the righty Gordon on the mound. For the Birmingham Barons, also 27-25 in the second half, overall 53-68 under first-year Birmingham manager Pat Leland. Leading off and playing right field, Dylan Campbell. Batting second and playing center field, Caleb Bonnemer. You heard me right, playing center field, Caleb Bonnemer. We'll talk certainly more about that later. Hitting third and at first base, Alec Briley. The designated hitter is Anthony DePino, and he hits cleanup. Colby Shelton, he's at third base and hits fifth. One of our pregame guests tonight, Ryan Burrows, bats sixth. He's at shortstop. Grant McGill does the catching, and he hits seventh. Batting eighth and playing at second base, Jose Colmenares. And rounding out the lineup tonight for the Birmingham Barons and hitting ninth and in left field is Samuel Zavala. Again for the Barons and manager Pat Leland. On the mound, Dylan Cumming, by the way, the right-hander. So again for the Barons and manager Pat Leland, it's Campbell, Bonnemer, and Briley, DePino, Shelton, Burrows, McGill, Colmenares, Zavala, and the right-hander Cumming on the mound. The starting lineups here tonight. One player move that was made after the game last night. James Tosick, despite hitting a home run last night, but was told after the game that he was being sent back to High A Winston-Salem. Tosick for the Barons this season played 14 games, hit 196 with 2 homers and 6 RBIs. So James Tosick, I'd have to think, will be back up probably next season to Birmingham, but wish him well back in Single A. Now the anthem. the national anthem this evening. Gave you the lineups, the umpires for tonight's game. Calling balls and strikes is Brandon Spivak. Justin Hilton is the umpire at first base, and the crew chief, Garrett Nelson, he is the umpire at third. Spivak at the plate, Hilton at first, and Nelson, the crew chief, at third. So the Barons have taken the field, and tonight on the mound for Birmingham, the right-hander from Grand Blanc, Michigan, Dylan Cumming gets the start for Birmingham. 4 wins, 7 losses, ERA at 5.21. This will be his 17th appearance with Birmingham, 16th as a starter, coming off a win in his last start about a week ago at Chattanooga, 10-5. Went 5 innings in that game, allowed 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned, walked 1, and he struck out 8. Something he has done 5 times this year. That matches season high. But that's right, 5 times in a Barons uniform this year, he has struck out 8. So Dylan Cumming on the mound for the Barons this evening. The Chicago White Sox, the parent club of the Birmingham Barons, they're playing the Texas Rangers tonight. That series is even at 1. The game right now up in Chicago, bottom of the second, 2-0 in favor of the Chicago White Sox. So a chance for the White Sox to win that series. On the mound tonight for the Chicago White Sox is the right-hander Sean Burke, lefty Mackenzie Gore on the hill for Texas. All right, here we go after about a half-hour rain delay. And Arjun Namala leads it off, and Dylan Cumming ready to go out of the 3-quarter windup. And tonight's first pitch is taken down the middle, strike 1. No balls and a strike to count. And we're underway at 7:32 this evening in the Central Time Zone, 73 degrees. The 0-1, and Namala takes high for a ball. And the count's of the ball and a strike. The game's first batter, and Arjun Namala, 194 with Rocket City, a homer, 5 RBIs. Cumming winds and the 1-1. Swing and a miss to the breaking ball. Strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Namala, who last night was 1 for 4 with a walk. He led off the 9th inning last night with a single, but did not really factor into things. The kick on the 1-2. Namala swinging a foul to the backstop. And the count holds at 1 ball and 2 strikes from Dylan Cumming, who features a 4-seam fastball, a sweeper, sinker, changeup, and a curveball. The kick on the 1-2, and Namala swings and taps this one toward third. Gloved by Shelton, throws across, and not in time. Namala is safe. Briley at first there to take the throw. That was a tough play from the start. So Namala opens the game with an infield single. Yeah, that was one of those where not much Shelton could do on that one. He was playing back of the bag and did all he could to get to the ball, but Namala's got good speed, and of course it's a coast-to-coast throw there, and Namala opens the ball game with an infield hit. So he is at first base to get things cooking. No score, and now here is Nick Rodriguez to face Dylan Cumming. And the pitch to Rodriguez from Cumming, and that's taken for a strike on the inside corner. And the count moves to no balls and 1 strike. Rodriguez, 256, 3 homers, 51 runs batted in. Sidestep offering, and he takes, and that's outside, ball 1. And the count's a 1 ball and 1 strike. Namala had 4 steals with New Hampshire this year in the Blue Jays system. 1 steal with the Trash Pandas. Turn throw to first. Namala just back safely with a dive. Again, the pitcher coming to the first baseman, Briley. 1 ball and 1 strike. Rodriguez 0 for 5 last night. Struck out 3 times. Shortstop Burrow shades the bag. Outfield around to the left. Just underway. Namala, the runner at first, no score. And the pitch to Rodriguez. And that's outside, ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike from Cumming, mentioned from Grand Blanc, Michigan. That's near Flint. Second year in the White Sox system for Cumming. His first at Birmingham. 2 ball, 1 strike pitch, and Rodriguez looks up and in, ball 3. And that moves the count to 3 balls and 1 strike. Cumming, this is his third outing this year against Rocket City. He's 0-2 against the Trash Pandas. We'll see if Namala goes 3-1, and Rodriguez takes, and that's strike 2. Namala did not go, so 3 balls and 2 strikes. See if Namala now goes on 3-2 with Jake Monroe waiting on deck. No score, top of the first. Again, a 32-minute rain delay at the start of this one. But field in great shape. Caleb Paulus, our groundskeeper, and his crew doing an outstanding job. 3-2 pitch. Namala does go. Rodriguez swings, slaps this ball to second base, and it's booted by Colmenares, and a start of first is still in time. Well, the Barons lucked out right there. Colmenares, who's in just his third game as a second baseman with the Barons. Normally we see him at shortstop, and they get the out at first. That's the first out of the game. Namala moves up to second base, no score. And now here is the third baseman, Jake Monroe. But I think Colmenares could have been a lot of things right there. Namala, of course, was running past the ball. Now Monroe bats, and he swings, and he pops this one up. Ryan Burrows waiting for it. Feet planted in shallow left, and he makes the catch. Barely in shallow left. I mean, his tiptoes might have still been on the dirt. But anyway, Monroe cooperates on a first pitch pop out to short. 2 down, top of the first inning, no score. Namala holds at second base, so now here's the designated hitter, and Jacob Cozart. But anyway, Colmenares, he had looked at second thinking, oh, maybe I still have a play on Namala. Didn't. And then I think he just was kind of distracted with a bunch of things, then bobbled the ball. As the pitch to Cozart is a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. And by an eyelash, still was able to get Rodriguez at first. So they were very lucky there. No balls and a strike to count to Cozart. No score, top of the first inning. Coming set, first base side of the rubber. And Cozart swings, line drive, center field, base hit. Rounding third is Namala. And Rocket City does something 4 batters in. They didn't do it all last night, and that is have the lead. And once again, it's a 2-out run-producing hit. So Cozart, a single to right, as the right fielder Campbell gets the ball in towards second. They'll give Cozart his 11th RBI as a member of the Trash Pandas after coming over from the Cleveland system. And now here's the first baseman, Caleb Bartolero. Now, all 8 runs last night for Rocket City came with 2 out. And what happens tonight in the first inning? It's a 2-out run. Now it's Bartolero, and he takes a big swing and a miss at a sweeper, strike 1. No balls and 1 strike. 260 for Bartolero. He has 5 home runs. He has 35 runs batted in. Second baseman Colmenares shades the bag, and the pitch, and Bartolero looks outside of the ball. And the count's at 1 ball and 1 strike. Cozart is yet to steal a base as a member of the Trash Pandas. Outfield straight up. A run home for Rocket City, top of the first, and the pitch. And big swing and a miss at a breaking ball, strike 2. Like a curve there from Cumming. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Dylan Cumming, 6'4", 175 pounds. He's 27 years old. Mentioned second year in the White Sox system. Prior to that was in the Giants chain, where he reached as high as Double-A Richmond in the Eastern League. The 1-2 reached for, and a tapper foul up along third. And we'll try it again at 1 ball and 2 strikes. A run home for Rocket City, top of the first inning. Bartolero, who struck out swinging to end the game last night. Well, it was an 11-8 Birmingham win. So Cozart at first, being held on by his former college teammate Briley. They were together at NC State. Bartolero drives this one towards center. A long run for Bonnemer, and Caleb can't get it. It's 1 hop off the wall. Another 2-out run. Cozart will come around and score. So back-to-back 2-out run-producing hits. And 2 runs home for Rocket City here in the top half of the first inning. So Bartolero, that's his 36th RBI with Rocket City. And now Tucker Flint comes up. Did not play last night. Well, you heard me mention Bonnemer in center. And I admit, I get the lineup the night before the game. Pat Leland always sends me the lineup usually a couple hours after the game is over, as Flint takes a strike on the inside corner from Cummings, strike 1. And the count's at no balls and one strike with a 2-run lead for Rocket City here in the top of the first. And I had to do a double take. I'm thinking Flint, or I'm talking, Bonham in center, swinging a drive toward right center. That's going to get down a base hit. Rounding third is Bartolero. He will score. It's a 3-run top half of the first for the Trash Pandas. 3 straight, 2-out, run-producing hits. And Flint, who, as I mentioned, had last night off due to some nagging injuries. That's his 63rd run batted in for Flint. Boy, this has to be very frustrating obviously, for coming in for the Barons. It's all started on an infield single by Namala, and then he gets the next 2 outs, and then 3 straight run-producing hits. So Rocket City, and last night the Barons won the game. Bottom line, they won the game. But it just seemed like, Rocket City it took really all 27 outs to really cement that win. I mean, it was kind of a gut-wrenching 27 outs to get, and maybe that's a little too strong a term, but it just they kept pressing and pressing, and now 3 straight 2-out RBI hits for the Trash Pandas. Now all 11 runs for Rocket City in this series have been with 2 out. I mean, that is absolutely amazing. So now it's Flores, his first at bat of the series, and he takes a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. But anyway, we're talking about Bonham in center, and I did a double take. Wait a minute, was that a mistake? The pitch on the way is outside to Flores, ball 1. And the count's at 1 ball and 1 strike. 3 runs home for Rocket City here in the top of the first inning. And no mistake. Caleb Bonham yesterday was working out in center field as the pitch to Flores, change up a swing and a miss. And that's strike 2. And the count's at 1 ball and 2 strikes. 3 runs home for Rocket City here in the top of the first inning. So Doug Sisson, the White Sox outfield coordinator, base running and outfield coordinator, was working out with Bonham yesterday, or having Bonham work out yesterday in center field. And that's obviously where he is tonight, the 1-2. And Flores, a check swing, tampered toward third. Charged and gloved by Shelton, throws on the run to Briley, and Flores is out. Good thing it was Flores running. And that concludes the first, but a 3-run first inning for Rocket City. All 3 runs coming with 2 out. 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors, and a runner left after half an inning tonight. Rocket City 3 and Birmingham coming up on Jocks 100.5 FM. Thank you. Right-hander Austin Gordon, the native of South Carolina. Record for Gordon is it? I have it here somewhere. Is it 7-6 with a 4.39 earned run average. Dylan Campbell leads it off, and the first pitch is taken for a strike on the inside corner. And the count's no balls and 1 strike. Campbell, Bonham, Briley trying to catch up for the Barons. 3-0 Trash Pandas, and Campbell is swinging a miss at a high fastball. Strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Birmingham's first batter, and Dylan Campbell. 262 as a Baron, 7 home runs, 24 RBIs. Outfield fairly deep straight away. As Gordon, we've seen quite a bit this year, makes the 0-2, and that's up and away, ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Austin Gordon, 6'5", 205 pounds, 23 years old. The 1-2 pitch swung on and chopped toward the second base bag to his right, Rodriguez. And from the shortstop side of second, he throws to Bartolero at first. And Campbell is out. So 1 down here in the bottom of the first inning. And now the center fielder, Caleb Bonham, will come up. So tell you more about Bonham in center field. That's obviously, you have Billy Carlson, you have Rock Chalosky as shortstop, third base possibilities, as well as Bonham in the White Sox system. And pitch on the way to Bonham, a 3-run homer last night in the 4th inning to give the Barons the lead for good, and he takes inside ball 1. 1-0, 3-0 Rocket City, bottom of the first inning. So sometimes you got to try yourself out at other positions, even if you're not used to those spots. The 1-0, and Caleb looks at a strike on the inside corner, 1-1. So I talked to Barons manager Pat Leland about Bonham being in center field. And he says, you know what, it's exciting, we're fired up. First time as a professional for him at that position, the 1-1, and he looks at a strike on the inside corner, 1-2. And I talked to Bonham before the game, and I asked him, I says, your first time ever at any level in center field? He said, yeah. He told me he never played it in high school, let alone pro ball. The 1-2. And he looks at strike 3 on the outside corner. And he is out, 2 down. First strikeout for Gordon. And what I think is a pretty important inning for Gordon. Yeah, I realize it's the first, and it's 3-0 Rocket City, but the Trash Pandas scoring often in the top of this inning. And Gordon obviously trying to make a statement with a shutdown inning. Last night, whenever the Trash Pandas scored, the Barons, for the most part, came right back. So now it's Briley who digs in. And the pitch to Alec, and he looks at a strike from Austin Gordon on the outside corner, 0-1. 3-0 Trash Pandas, bottom of the first. But yeah, Bonham said never in his life has he ever played center field up until, well, tonight. Infield around to the right, and the pitch, and Briley swinging a miss at a curve. And he's behind it, no balls and 2 strikes. I asked Bonham if he'd ever played center field in PlayStation. He laughed, and he said, well, that I don't know. No balls and 2 strikes. Third baseman Monroe plays over towards short. Shortstop Namala shades the bag at second. Gordon kicks from the set, and Briley swings and pokes one towards center. And a diving catch by the center fielder in Anthony Skoll. Nice play there by Skoll to lay out and haul that one in, on the Barons shut down in the first, 1-2-3. So in the end, good inning for Gordon. A shutdown inning in the first after 1-3-0 Rocket City leads Birmingham on Jocks 100.5 FM. It's 3-0 in favor of the Rocket City Trash Pandas as we move on to the top half of the second inning. Doug Greenwald with you on Jocks 100.5 FM. We have David Sears back in the studio. And it'll be Skoll to lead it off. And the first pitch is flied toward left center field. And to his left, it's the left fielder Samuel Zavala to be there to make the catch. Proving the old adage, the guy that makes the great defensive play in the prior inning leads off the next inning, and that was Anthony Skoll. But he flies out to left on one pitch. It's 3-0 Rocket City leading Birmingham. We're in the second inning. So Skoll, Thompson, and on the top of the order for the shortstop, Namala, to face Dylan Cumming, who allowed 3 runs in the first. Again, all 3 runs coming with 2 out. So now it's Thompson, who had a 2-out, 2-run single and a 2-out, 3-run homer last night, and he takes a strike on the outside corner. No balls and 1 strike. 3-0 Trash Pandas. The windup to pitch, and that's up and away for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. 319 for Thompson, 4 homers, 28 RBIs. The 5 RBIs last night, matching a season high for him. The windup in the 1-1, and he swings and he pops this one up foul toward the roof to my right. And the count's at 1 ball and 2 strikes with a 3-0 Rocket City lead. Top half of the second inning. Third baseman Shelton plays over toward short. Shortstop Burrow shades the bag at second. He's coming, glove on his belt, winds in the pitch, and that's off the plate for a ball. And the count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. In top of the second, we were delayed by rain for 32 minutes as the 2-strike pitch, and that is high for a ball. And it counts now at 2 balls, 2 strikes. So we didn't. It counts at 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3-2 the count. But yeah, delayed by rain for 32 minutes at the start of things. The kick and the payoff. Thompson swings and he flies this one out toward shallow right center, and in comes Bonnemer. And Caleb Bonnemer handles his first chance as a center fielder. So 2 out. So Bonnemer came hustling all the way in. You have the right fielder Campbell going over to his right. The second baseman Colmenar is going out for it. But it's Bonnemer, the center fielder, to make the play. So 2 out, nobody on. 3-0 Rocket City. We're in the second inning, the top half. And now for the second time tonight, Rocket City will go to the top of its order for the shortstop, Arjun Namala. And he takes a strike on the inside corner. And the count's at no balls and 1 strike. Coming working quickly with nobody on, and Namala takes, and that's a strike on the inner half. Counts at ball and a strike. 3-0 Rocket City. Namala swing and a miss at a breaking ball. Strike. It was actually 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3 at a breaking ball there. And he is out, and that's the first strikeout for Cumming. Rocket City goes in order in the second after an inning and a half. Rocket City 3, Birmingham nothing on Jocks 100.5 FM.
WGX Helena, a Cumulus station. Your home for Birmingham Barons baseball. 100.5 Jocks 2.
Side of the rubber. Works from the high set. Now kicks comes home, and DePino takes high ball one. 1 ball, no strikes. DePino 1 for 3 last night. Walked twice. Enters tonight at 266, 17 homers, 56 runs batted in. 3-0 Trash Pandas. And the pitch, and DePino takes, and that's a strike on the outside corner. And the count's at 1 ball and 1 strike from Gordon. Team high 24th start of the year for Austin Gordon. The kick and the 1-1, and DePino takes, and that drops it nicely for a strike on the inside corner, 1-2. Gordon comes with a 4-seam fastball, a slider, a cutter, and a curveball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 3-0 Rocket City. Second inning, and the pitch. And DePino swings and misses at a fastball, strike 3, and he is out. Gordon has set down the first 4 Barons to see him tonight. 1 out, bottom of the second, 3-0 Rocket City, his second strikeout. And now Colby Shelton comes up. Now Gordon been pitching well. He has won his last 6 decisions. He has 6 wins over his last 7 starts. So now it's Colby Shelton, 3-0 Rocket City, bottom of the second. Colby is swinging a foul to the screen, strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. Gordon in his last 3 outings, he's worked exactly 6 innings in all of them. Coming off a 7-3 win at home against Biloxi last week. 3-0 Rocket City, bottom of the second. Outfield deep straight away in the pitch, and Shelton home run cut and a miss to the breaking ball, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 217 for Shelton, 14 home runs. He has 49 RBIs. Shelton 1 for 2 with a couple of RBIs last night. Third baseman Monroe plays over towards short. 3-0 Rocket City. The kick and the 2-strike pitch, and Colby takes high ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. But Gordon in his last start, again against Biloxi, 6 innings, allowed 2 hits, 1 run earned, walked 2, struck out 7. Big hole out of right center, the 1-2. That's up and away, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. This is Gordon's 5th appearance against the Barons this year. He's 3-1 against Birmingham. The kick and the 2-2, and Shelton takes low and in, ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Mentioned that he's won his last 6 decisions. One of those was against Birmingham on August 4th up in Madison. 3 balls, 2 strikes, the count with 1 out. 3-0 Rocket City, bottom of the second. Gordon, first base side of the rubber, makes the payoff, and Shelton swings and misses strike 3, and he departs on strikes. 5 in a row set down by Gordon to get his game going, now with 3 strikeouts. And now here is the shortstop, Ryan Burrows, at 244 as a Baron, 2 homers, and he's got 13 runs batted in. Gordon, 23 years old, mentioned that. He's still 23. Now the pitch to Burrows, and that's outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Gordon from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, went to college in that state at Clemson. Big hole in left center. And the 1-0 pitch, and Burrows is swinging a miss at a fastball, strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Gordon spent 3 years with the Clemson Tigers. Named most valuable pitcher one of those years. 0-2 1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch. And Burrows swings, and he lines 1 to second, and that's caught by Rodriguez, moving to his left. Nice play there by the second baseman. And Burrows is out on the line drive to second base. 2 perfect innings so far for Gordon. On to the third. 3-0 Rocket City leads Birmingham on Jocks 100.5 FM. last night 11-8. So at the moment, both teams tied for the second half playoff spot. We have, including tonight, 17 more games left in the regular season. Nick Rodriguez leads it off. Batters 2, 3, and 4 for the Trash Pandas. And the first pitch from Dylan Cumming is inside, ball 1. And the count's at 1 ball and no strikes. Rodriguez, Monroe, and Cozart. As the pitch to Rodriguez, who grounded to second base his first time, and he takes a strike on the inside corner. Against the Tampa native, 1 ball and 1 strike. Coming in the short white sleeves on this, it's turned out to be comfortable evening. The 1-1, and that's high ball 2. And the count's at 2 balls and 1 strike. And we were delayed by rain at the start of this one by 32 minutes. Infield around to the right, big hole on the left side of the diamond. The kick and the pitch, and Rodriguez drives one down the left field side. That is a fair ball, and that's going to rattle around to the corners of all the left fielder digs it out. And into second base with his first hit of the series. It's a stand-up double for Nick Rodriguez. So that ball, not the hardest hit ball, but it cued off the bat and fell in nicely down the left field line for a double. And I know it's only the third inning, but right now 3-0 Rocket City. And sometimes you can tell when a pitcher is on early. And looks like Gordon for them is on early. So the Barons really can't afford to fall much further behind. Now Jake Monroe comes up. He popped a shortstop in the first. And the pitch from the set. Monroe swings and he flies one high in the air to deep left field. Zavala is on the warning track, and it is 5-0 Rocket City. No doubt about that one for Jake Monroe, and Rocket City is rocking and rolling early tonight. Just a high towering shot over the 12-foot wall and left. So 5-0 now Trash Pandas. His 6th home run with Rocket City for Monroe. And RBIs 30 and 31. Of the now 13 runs Rocket City has scored in the series, it's the first time that they have scored not with 2 out. So Monroe had 11 home runs at High A this year in Tri-City. Now, overall this year, 17 home runs between High A and Double A. Now it's Cozart, and he takes inside ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. 5-0 Trash Pandas. It's Cozart who had the first of the 3 straight 2-out RBI hits in the first inning. Digs in. He's 1 for 1. The count is at 1 ball, 1 strike. To the last pitch called a strike. Now he swings and misses at a high fastball, strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 11th home run allowed by Cumming in a Birmingham uniform. The 1-2. It goes there to swing and a foul at the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So 5-0 Rocket City. Top half of the third inning. Infield around to the right. The kick on the 1-2 pitch. And that's inside ball 2. And the count's at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 5 runs, 5 hits. Sorry, 6 hits, I should say. 5-6-0 for Rocket City. The Barons have yet to get a base runner. Top of the third inning. They'll wind up in the 2-2. Swinging a drive down the left field side, foul. And the count holds at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mentioned the 12-foot wall in left. It's 12 feet high from the left field foul pole toward left center. And then it's an 8-foot wall from one bullpen to the other, going from left center to right center. And the wall kicks back up to 12 feet in right center. And it's at that height it goes all the way to the right field foul pole. So 12, 8, and 12. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The windup and the pitch. And Cozart is swinging a foul to the backstop. And we'll try it again at 2-2 with a 5-0 Rocket City advantage over Birmingham. Top of the third inning. Dimensions here at Regions Field: 320 to left, 380 to left center, 400 to straightaway center, 375 to right center, and 325 down the right field line. 2-2 on the way, and Cozart swings and misses strike 3. Pitch on the inner half of the plate, and he is out. Second strikeout for Cummings, so 1 down. Third inning, top half, 5-0 Rocket City. And now Caleb Bartolero, who partook in that 3-run first with an RBI double. He digs in as Cumming delivers, and Bartolero takes, and that's a strike on the inside corner. No balls and 1 strike. Cumming winds and the pitch, and Bartolero takes, and that's off the plate for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mentioned Cumming in the short white sleeves tonight. Barons in the home white uniforms, white pinstripes down the pants and the shirt. The 1-1 up and away, ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. Barons spelled across the front in black with red trim. Black number on the back of the shirt. Barons in the black caps with the Old English B on it. 2 balls and a strike. 5-0 Trash Pandas, and Bartolero swings, and he skies this one high to right field. Campbell drifting back, and he'll stay with it to make the catch. And Bartolero is out. 2 down, top of the 3rd inning, 5-0 Rocket City. And now the right fielder, Tucker Flint, comes up. RBI 2-out hit in the first for Flint. Rocket City is in the baby blue button-down shirts with the gray pants. Rocket City in big white letters spelled across the front of the shirt. White number on both sides of the shirt, going with the baby blue cap. Now Flint, and he takes, and that's high ball 1. And the count's at 1 ball and no strikes. Infield around to the right. Shortstop Burrow shades the bag at second, and the pitch to Flint, and that's inside for a ball. And the count moves to 2 balls and no strikes. 5-0 Trash Pandas. 3rd inning, top half. Cumming 3-quarter windup makes the 2-0, and Flint fouls one at the plate, and that's strike 1. And the count's at 2 balls and 1 strike. Cumming this year against Rocket City, he is 0-2. Now, he pitched against the Trash Pandas on August 9th. That was a Sunday afternoon game in Madison. The windup of the 2-1. That's up and away, ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike. 5-0 Rocket City. Top of the 3rd. The kick on the 3-1, and Flint takes, and that's a strike on the inside corner. 3-2. And I mentioned it during that game, but that was a big game because that was a huge swing game. And in terms of the standings, and Rocket City won it 2-1. The kick in the 3-2. Flint taps this one foul up along first. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 5-0 Rocket City leads Birmingham. Top of the 3rd inning. Because the Barons could have been 2 games out or 4 out as Flint swings and fouls into the backstop. Barons went into that game 3 back of Rocket City, and one of those where, you're either going to leave 2 games out or 4 games out. And the Barons, that was a game that was 0-0 through 5. Barons scored a run in the 6th, had a chance for a lot more, only settled for the 1 run. The 3-2 to Flint, and he pokes this one in the left field, a base hit, just the opposite way, kind of a, as they old say, the old saying, Punch and Judy hit right there, just kind of reached for the ball and poked it in the left field for a single. He's 2 for 2 as the left fielder Zavala gets the ball in toward second. 5-0 Rocket City leads Birmingham. Bottom of the 3rd, top of the 3rd, and now the catcher will come up in Juan Flores. He is 0 for 1. But, the Barons had a chance for a much larger 6th inning, settled for 1 run, and then Rocket City, all it took them was to score twice in the 7th, and they ended up winning 2-1. And it's taken the Barons, let's see here, about 3 weeks to make up those 4 games. I mean, they've been able to make up those games in the standings. First pitch taken for a strike, 0-1. Next pitch tap foul up along 3rd, strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. 5-0 Rocket City. Top half of the 3rd inning, and Cumming delivers, and Flores swings, and he drives this one high in the air to deep left center field, and this ball is gone. It is 7-0 Rocket City here on the top of the 3rd. Now the Trash Pandas said, well, we're not going to just settle for runs coming with less than 2 out. And it is all Rocket City early in this one. Juan Flores, his 5th home run as a Trash Panda, RBI's 20 and 21. Second home run of this inning for Rocket City. Monroe had the other 2-run homer. And I realize 5-0 is quite a hole, but so is 7-0. Or obviously 7-0 is a lot worse. So now it's Skull who bats. And he drives this one high down the left field line and foul, strike one. No balls and 1 strike. But once again, it's absolutely amazing. It is 13 of the 15 runs for Rocket City over the first game and change have come with 2 out. As the 0-1 pitch, and that's taken, not sure if that was called a ball or a strike. Well, we know there's at least 1 strike because there was a foul ball. So the next pitch on the way, and Skull swings and misses, pitch down and in. I guess that's strike 3, and Skull is out, but 4 more runs for Rocket City. 3rd strikeout for Cumming, but Monroe a 2-run homer, Flores a
It wouldn't be summer in the South without sinking your teeth into a simply perfect tomato sandwich. Find peaches, watermelons, tomatoes, and more near you at sweetgrownalabama.org. That's sweetgrownalabama.org.
Mike up.
7-0 Rocket City as we go to the bottom half of the 3rd inning, and Grant McGill leads it off, and the Birmingham catcher takes a strike from Austin Gordon, strike 1-0-1. McGill, Colmenares, and Zavala as the bottom 3rd of the order hits here, and a swing and a miss at a high fastball. Strike 2 quickly. No balls and 2 strikes to McGill, who did not play last night. Jorge Corona, who did catch last night for Birmingham, he has the night off. So no balls and 2 strikes to count. McGill 231 with Birmingham, 3 homers, 21 runs batted in. No balls, 2 strikes. Gordon delivers, and McGill swings and a pop-up foul to the right. No balls and 2 strikes, so 7-0 Trash Pandas. One of the obviously larger deficits of late for Birmingham. They were never really down much in that series at Chattanooga. The 0-2. That's popped up foul right side. The count holds it. No balls and 2 strikes. Well, sometimes the first inning dictates things, and 3 runs, all with 2 out with the Trash Pandas. The 0-2, swing and a miss, strike 3, and McGill is down on strikes. That's the 4th strikeout for Gordon. The first now 7 batters he has seen. Yeah, I don't even know if the Barons even trailed in that series in Chattanooga. Well, they did actually the first game of that series because they came back on the Campbell home run in the 8th to tie. But they didn't trail much. They certainly were never down by 7 runs. Now Colmenares is the second baseman, and he takes a big swing and a miss, strike 1-0-1. 7-0 Rocket City, leading Birmingham, bottom of the 3rd. Colmenares didn't play last night. 239 as a Bear and a homer, 4 RBIs. as the pitch, and that swung on and lined to short, and that's caught by Namala. So the Barons have had a few balls that have been hit hard tonight, but Skoll a diving catch in the first inning, and then Rodriguez catching a line drive in the second, and now Namala right there to make the play. Now it's Zavala who bats. 7-0 Rocket City, bottom of the third. 231 for Samuel, 12 homers, 36 RBIs as Austin Gordon delivers, and Zavala takes a strike of the knees, 0-1. And that series against Columbus a couple of weeks ago, Barons split that series, but I don't think they were down by 7 runs at any time. As Zavala swings and lifts one high down the right field side and foul, and that's strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes. So that series, then go back to the series at Rocket City. Barons did lose 2 out of 4 in that one, but didn't trail by 7 in any of those games. The kick in the 0-2. Low ball 1 ball and 2 strikes. So I think it's been a long time since the Barons have, I'm just looking at all these. I believe it's been over a month. July 21st, a 13-4 loss at Montgomery, so obviously they would have trailed by 7 or more there. The 1-2 is high ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes, but I don't think they, in any of the other games after July 21st, it trailed by 7 runs. 2 balls, 2 strikes, infield around to the right. 7-0 Rocket City. The pitch, and Zavala swings, and he pops this one up. Out goes the second baseman, Rodriguez, and he makes the catch in shallow right center. You know what? Austin Gordon, yeah, he's got a 7-run lead, but he's done a really good job. All have been perfect innings. Barons are hitting the balls literally to the fielders, and it's been 3 perfect innings for Austin Gordon with 4 strikeouts. We go to the 4th, 7-0 Rocket City leads Birmingham on Jocks 100.5 FM. On Jocks 100.5 FM again tomorrow, Thursday, and also singles night at the ballpark, and AUG is in August, Augtoberfest. That's tomorrow, 7 o'clock, first pitch. Jake Thompson leads it off for the Rocket City Trash Pandas. 7-0 the visitors. And the first pitch from Dylan Cumming is high ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. It's Thompson. And then the top of the order for the shortstop, Namala, and then Rodriguez. 9-1-2. Infield around to the right. The kick in the 1-0. And Thompson takes, and that's a strike called on the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Thompson flied to center in the second inning. Third baseman Shelton plays over toward short. The kick in the 1-1, and that's up and in ball 2. And the count moves to 2 balls and 1 strike. An action-packed homestand in terms of promotions, and obviously with the playoff things in the thick of the playoff race, the 2-1, and that's high ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. We got our Friday night fireworks. We got Saturday night fireworks. 3 balls and a strike. The kick and the pitch, and Thompson swings and a chopper to first. That's gloved routinely by Briley. Back of the bag, and he'll take the ball to the bag for the unassisted out. 1 away here in the top half of the 4th inning. 7 runs, 8 hits, no errors for Rocket City. Nothing across for Birmingham. And now for the 3rd time tonight, Rocket City will go to the top of its order for the shortstop, Arjun Namala. Open the game with an infield single. As Cumming kicks and delivers, and Namala, a big swing and a miss to the breaking ball. Strike 1, no balls, 1 strike. And you'd think, well, the infield single would have directly led to trouble. It didn't. I mean, the Cumming was able to get 2 outs after that. As the pitch, and that's high for a ball, 1-1. You know, Namala went from first to second on a ground out, and then there was a pop out. But then after that, 3 straight run-producing hits. Again, all with 2 out. The 1-1 on the way, and that's a strike called on the outside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 7-0 Rocket City leads Birmingham. Top of the 4th. And Cumming deals, and Namala takes, and it's inside ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2 the count for Cumming, who went to school at Chicago State University and then later Liberty. Swinging a ground ball towards short, scampering to his left, Burrows, and his throw to Briley at first, and that gets Namala. So 2 out in the top of the 4th inning. A 7-0 Rocket City lead over Birmingham. And here is the second baseman, Nick Rodriguez. And Cumming 3 seasons with the Cougars of Chicago State, and that university disbanded baseball right around the pandemic. And then Cumming finished his college career with 1 season at Liberty in Lynchburg, Virginia. As he comes home and misses outside ball 1. And the count's at 1 ball and no strikes. Rodriguez got that 4-run 3rd inning going with a double and scored on the homer by Monroe. As the pitch on the way to Nick is outside ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Nick Rodriguez, 7-0 Rocket City. And the pitch on the way, and Rodriguez takes, and that is high ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes. Rodriguez, 10th round pick by the Angels as he looks outside ball 4. Well, 2-out walk. That's the first walk issued by Cumming, and again, it's the no matter what the story's been this year, in general, it's been the 2-out trouble. And now Jake Monroe. Two-run homer well out to left field in the 3rd. 7-0 Rocket City, and the pitch from Cumming, and that's inside ball 1. And the count's at 1 ball and no strikes to Monroe. 4th round pick just last year out of Louisville by the Angels. And began the year at high A as he takes, and that's inside ball 2. So 2 balls and no strikes. Monroe, that home run, and I failed to mention at the time, extended his on-base streak to 38 straight games. Cumming delivers, and Monroe rockets this one in the left field, a base hit. Taking the turn at second, Rodriguez. He's on his way to third. The throw is not in time. Diving in safely there, Rodriguez. The left fielder Zavala to the third baseman, Shelton. Monroe adds a double to his resume tonight, so he's now 2 for 3. Actually, they're going to call that a single. And then second on the throw to third, so it's a single to left for Monroe, not a double. So single to left, second on the throw. All right, now they're going to call it a double, which it should have been from the start. So now it's Cozart, and he takes high for a ball, 1-0. Folks, I'm sorry to mess you up. I only go by what the scorekeeper tells us over the intercom, so I follow his lead. Cozart's 1 for 2, and he swings and he flies one to right. Dylan Campbell is there, and he's got it to conclude the scoreless top half of the fourth. No runs, 1 We go to the bottom half of the fourth inning. It is a 7-0 Rocket City lead over Birmingham. Doug Greenwald with you on Jocks 100.5 FM. And the top of the Birmingham order up for the second time now for the right fielder Dylan Campbell. Top of the Birmingham order up for the second time against Austin Gordon. So far 9 up and 9 down against Gordon. And the first pitch from Campbell to Campbell from Gordon is outside, ball 1. One ball and no strikes. Outfield medium depth straightaway. 7-0 Rocket City. Campbell, Bonham, Briley. And Gordon deals a strike on the inside corner. And the count's at 1 ball and 1 strike. Garrett Wright, right-hander for Birmingham, getting loose. Campbell 0 for 1 tonight. Ground to the second base and the pitch, and Dylan swings with a foul to plate, and that's strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Campbell, so 7-0 Rocket City. And the Barons able to score a lot last night. Now, they scored a lot early last night, had that 4-run first. They were able to go on and win 11-8 as Campbell a tapper foul. The Barons, let's see here, by the end of 4 innings last night, the Barons had 9 runs, but they were able to scatter them. I'd be stunned if they had 9 runs at the end of 4 innings tonight. That would be something. 1 ball, 2 strike pitch, and Campbell swings, and he drives one toward right center field. Flint to his right, and the right fielder's there to make the catch. What I mean by that, not that they aren't capable of having 9 runs after 4 innings. They would have to score all 9 runs right now in this inning is what I'm talking about. So 1 down. Barons would just be happy to take a base runner. Now it's the center fielder, Caleb Bonham. He struck out looking in the first. 7-0 Rocket City. Bottom of the 4th inning. Gordon, short light blue sleeve steal, swing sharp to shortstop. Belt high grab by Namala, and he'll throw to Bartolero at first. And Bonham is out, so 2 up and 2 down. In the 4th inning, the bottom half, it is 7-0 Rocket City. 7 runs, 9 hits, no errors for Rocket City. Nothing across for Birmingham. And now Briley bats. Robbed of what probably would have been a double in the 1st inning and a diving catch by the center fielder Skull. Third baseman Monroe plays over toward short, and the pitch to Briley, and he takes a strike on the outside corner. And the count's at no balls and 1 strike. So nobody home near the third base bag. Infield around to the right. 7-0 Trash Pandas. Gordon's pitch, and Briley is swinging a foul to the screen. And he's quickly behind at no balls and 2 strikes. From Austin Gordon, who mentioned has beaten the Barons this season 3 times. A few of those wins have come against the Barons' Lucas Gordon. 2 are not related. The kick in the 0-2. And Briley is swinging a miss at a fastball in the outer half, strike 3. And he is out. 5 strikeouts through 4 perfect innings tonight for Austin Gordon. Nothing across again for Birmingham on to the 5th. 7-0 Rocket City. When we get back, Garrett Wright will be the new pitcher for Birmingham on Jocks 100.5 FM. The new pitcher for the Birmingham Barons is right-hander Garrett Wright as we go to the top of the fifth inning. 7-0 Rocket City. Wright is 6'2", 220 pounds, 24 years old, from College Station, Texas. And despite growing up in Aggie Land, he went to school at Texas Christian. Caleb Bartolero, who went to college down the road at Troy, takes inside ball one. 1 ball, no strikes. Bartolero, Flint, and Flores, 5, 6, and 7 to face Garrett Wright, who makes his first appearance of this series. And the pitch on the way, and that's a fastball. So he can get up there in the upper 90s, taken for a strike on the inside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. Bartolero, part of that 3-run first with an RBI double. So he's 1 for 2. Wright delivers, and Bartolero lines this one into center of base. Ball hit to the second base, or the shortstop side of the second base bang. So Bartolero now 2 for 3. Center fielder Bonnemer gets the ball in toward second base. 10th hit now for the Trash Pandas, who have a 7-0 lead. Each team last night had 12 hits. And right now, you're going to say the Trash Pandas now with 10 hits. 10 more hits than the Barons. And now it's Flint who's 2 for 2, a couple of singles. Wright, this is his first ever appearance against Rocket City. Kicks from the set, and Flint bunts one foul over toward third, strike 1. No balls and a strike. So Dylan Cumming, not the outing he wanted tonight. 4 innings. Gave up 9 hits, 7 runs all earned. Walked 1, struck out 3, gave up 2 home runs. Flint an RBI single in the first, and a single and a run scored in the second, and he takes outside ball 1 from Garrett Wright. And the count's at 1 ball and 1 strike. Wright, 4th game as a Baron, joined the club a couple of weeks ago, and during the series against Columbus, the 1-1, swinging a foul to the backstop, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Wright, a 20th round pick by the White Sox in 2023 out of TCU. No wins, no losses, ERA of 12.27 through his first few games with Birmingham. Getting his feet wet now at Double-A. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 7-0 Rocket City, top half of the 5th. Wright was 3-4 at High A this year with Winston-Salem with a 4.26 ERA. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He delivers, and Flint takes, and then it's low and in, ball 2. Count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes to Flint. Who's been pretty much Mr. Trash Pan in terms of games played and all that over the last several seasons. The 2-2 on the way. Swing foul to the backstop. And the count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now that David Calabrese, who had been there forever and ever it seemed, was released about a month ago, Flint pretty much has been the, I guess you could say, the elder statesman of the Trash Pandas. 7-0 Rocket City. Top of the 5th, and the pitch way up and away, ball 3. And the count moves now to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Three and 2 the count. Wright kicks and delivers. Bartolero goes. Flint swinging a miss, strike 3. Throw to second, and Bartolero is safe with a dive. Flint strikes out. That's the first out of the 5th inning. Bartolero steals second. It was the shortstop Burrows who took the throw. Bartolero, that's his second steal with Rocket City. So man at second with 1 out. 7-0 Rocket City, top of the 5th. And now here is Juan Flores. Garrett Wright mentioned a fastball we told him a moment ago was, I believe, was what, like 98 miles an hour. That's generally what he'll do, mid-upper 90s with that fastball. Flores is swinging a foul to the screen. That was at 97 miles an hour, 0-1. He'll mix in a slider and a changeup. Wright, who has undergone Tommy John surgery. The kick and the pitch, and that's taken low. And that's ball 1. And the count moves to 1 ball and 1 strike. Flores, 2-run homer at the left center as last time. Right delivers, and Flores a drive foul to the backstop. And the count to the 20-year-old catcher from Venezuela is at 1 ball and 2 strikes. So, again, rain delay at the beginning of this one for 32 minutes, but things have certainly cleared up, and neither team took batting practice on the field. The tarp got put out there at about 3:30 today. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lead at second by Bartolero. 7-0 Rocket City. Now Wright takes his first disengagement as he looks at second while stepping off the mound. Yeah, so the tarp went on, as I mentioned, about 3:30. Teams were still able to hit in the auxiliary cages. 1-2 the count, and now time called. So, and then then the storm really came around 5:30. It was really pouring from about 5:30 to 6 o'clock. Right delivers, and that pitch is in the dirt, and it gets past the catcher McGill to the backstop. So now Bartolero moves to third on the wild pitch, and this will force Birmingham to bring the infield in. That pitch landed about 5 feet in front of home plate. So the count's at 1 ball and 2 strikes. The infield is in. 7-0 Rocket City. Top of the 5th inning. Count to Flores is at 1 ball and 2 strikes. And now Wright really needs a strikeout here as he delivers, and Flores is swinging a foul to the backstop. And the count holds at 1 ball and 2 strikes from Garrett Wright. Flores began the year at High A, Tri-City in Eastern Washington, was called up to Double A in late June. The 2-2 drives one foul right side. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Flores 11 home runs in High A this year, and now 5 at Double A after the home run in his last event. So 16 home runs this year for, say, arguably the highest touted catching prospect in the Angels chain, and Juan Flores. The 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. And he is out. So Flores down on strikes. He'll actually throw to first. The pitch was in the dirt. And Flores is just standing around home plate, and he said, you know what, I might as well try and run down to first. And especially with a runner at third, you never know. Maybe McGill, the catcher, gets distracted. Maybe it's a bad throw to first, but no advance by Bartolero. He holds at third. Flores is out. It will go as a strikeout put out. Goes 2-3. Second strikeout for Wright. So 2 down. Infield moves back. 7-0 Rocket City, top of the 5th, and now it's Anthony Skull, and he takes high ball 1. And the count's at 1 ball and no strikes to Skull, another member of the Trash Pandas who was at High A this year. 1 ball, no strikes. Infield around to the right, 7-0 Trash Pandas, and Skull is swinging a miss at a breaking ball, strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike to Skull, who got promoted to High A, from High A to Rocket City back in June, and then he was on the injured list much of July. A 1 ball, 1 strike pitch, and Skull a tapper foul at the plate, and that's strike 2. And the count's at 1 ball and 2 strikes. He was the Northwest League Player of the Month with Tri-City, had 8 home runs in May at High A and a .319 average with 15 RBIs for the Dust Devils. Then was at High A last year, so that was first time at Double A for the Miami product and Skull. The 1-2 pitch, and that's up and away, ball 2. And the count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes. 7-0 Rocket City leads Birmingham. Top of the 5th. Greenwald with you on Jocks 100.5 FM. Bartolero will lead at third, takes it in foul ground. Again, the infield back around to the right. The 2-2 pitch. And Skull looks at strike 3 on the outside corner. And he is out. So after the leadoff single, 3 straight strikeouts for Wright. 1 hit, 1 left. Halfway done onto the bottom of the 5th inning. 7-0 Rocket City leads Birmingham on Jocks 100.5 FM. Halfway done as we go to the bottom half of inning number 5, and it is a 7-0 lead for Rocket City over Birmingham. Doug Greenwald with you on Jocks 100.5 FM. We have David Sears back in the studio tonight. Anthony DePino leads it off against Austin Gordon. Middle third of the Barons order. DePino, Shelton, and Burrows. As the first pitch to DePino popped up foul left side, strike 1. No balls and a strike. 7 runs, 10 hits, no errors for Rocket City. Nothing across, and I mean nothing for Birmingham. No base runners through the first 4 innings. Outfield around to the right, down the pitch, and DePino takes that's outside, ball 1. And the count's at 1 ball and 1 strike. DePino does have a couple of home runs off Gordon this year, as he takes a big swing and a miss at a breaking ball, strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. But DePino is the only Baron to have hit a home run off Gordon. Nobody else has really, in terms of the power department, touched him. The kick in the 1-2. And that's high to DePino, ball 2. So the count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's a small sample size, and he's not in the lineup tonight, but outfielder Jacob Burke 3 for 5 against Gordon. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The kick and the pitch. DePino takes low, ball 3. That might be the first 3-ball count tonight for Austin Gordon. 7-0 Rocket City. Bottom half of the 5th. 3 balls, 2 strikes, the count. And the payoff, and DePino pops this one up. First base side, foul ground. Bartolero near the coach's box, and he makes the catch. So DePino fouls out to first. It's 13 in a row set down by Gordon to open his evening. Bottom of the 5th inning, 7-0 Rocket City. And now Colby Shelton comes up. He struck out swinging in the 2nd. Gordon with 5 strikeouts through his first 4 1/3 innings. And now delivers, and Shelton takes, and that's high, ball 1. And the count's at 1 ball and no strikes. Pat Leland is the Birmingham third base coach and manager, and coaching over at first base is the bench coach, Daniel Milwee. 1 ball, no strikes. Third baseman Monroe, even with the bag, well off the line. Shelton swings and drives this one toward right center field. Skoll will get there to make the catch, moving to his left. So the Barons haven't hit too many balls hard tonight. I know I mentioned it a few innings ago, but when they have, it has found the Trash Pandas defense. So 2 away, and now it's the shortstop in Burrows. He is 0 for 1. He hit the ball hard, but caught by the second baseman Rodriguez in the 2nd. Gordon delivers, and that's outside, ball 1. And the count moves to 1 ball and no strikes. To Burrows. Glad we were able to catch up with Ryan Burrows before the game. The kick and the 1-0. And he takes, and that's low 2-0. You know, and I realize that, he hasn't been here all year, but he's been here about a month. And, you think you get to know the players well, and you read their bios and stuff online, and, talk to them. Decent amount of time, the 2-0, and that's up and away, 3-0. But amazing, when you do a pregame show with them, guys open up a lot more, and or tend to open up a lot more, and you learn a lot more about them. And what a fascinating background about the Burrows family. The kick in the 3-0, and that's strike 1 called on the outside corner, 3-1, about his father working at the Panama Canal. Literally works at the canal. 3 balls and a strike to count. Second 3-ball count for Gordon tonight. Deals, and that's strike 2 called on the inside corner. So from 3-0 to 3-2 now. So the count is maxed. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 7-0 Rocket City leads Birmingham. Bottom of the 5th inning. Bartolero, the first baseman, plays well off the bag. The payoff pitch. Strike 3 called outside corner. It is Austin Gordon's night. It is the Trash Pandas' night. Both sides of the ball. Gordon goes from 3-0 to 3 straight called strikes. Now with 6 strikeouts through 5 perfect innings. So far, 15 up and 15 down. We go to the 6th. 7-0 Rocket City leads Birmingham on Jocks 100.5 FM. It's 3 in the first, 4 in the third. And again, predominantly 2-out runs. 5 of the 7 runs tonight and 11 of the 13 runs for the Trash Pandas in this series. Or 13 of the 15 runs in the series for Rocket City have come with 2 out. First pitch to Jake Thompson inside from Garrett Wright, ball 1-1-0. And right back, and he delivers a strike on the outside corner, 1-1. It's Thompson. And then the top of the Rocket City order for the shortstop, Namala, and then Rodriguez. Infield around to the right, 7-0 Rocket City. As Garrett Wright delivers, and that's taken for a strike on the outside corner. And the count's at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Thompson is 0 for 2 tonight. Garrett Wright came on the 5th inning in relief of Dylan Cumming. Struck out all 3 outs he recorded. The 1-2, and that's poked fair on down the left field line. Perfectly placed. Nobody was home near the third base bag. In the foul grounds of all, the left fielder retrieves the ball, gets it in toward third. And Jake Thompson has a leadoff double to left. So goes against the shift right there. Nicely done. 11 hits for the Trash Pandas to go along with a 7-0 advantage. And now for the 4th time tonight, Rocket City will go to the top of its order for the shortstop in Arjun Namala. Open the game with an infield single. So a ground ball to third that he was able to beat out. As Namala's job here is to at least get Thompson to third base with less than 2 out. And the pitch is inside, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Outfield well around to the right. Big hole out in left center. 1 ball, no strikes as Garrett Wright kicks and delivers, and Namala late swing and a miss. 96 miles an hour, 1-1. I know I'm a day late. Just didn't get to it yesterday, but want to wish a happy 80th birthday to a former Birmingham A. The 1-1, and that's high ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. Rolly Fingers, Hall of Fame closer with, of course, the Oakland A's and then later the Padres and Brewers. 341 major league saves. 3 times led the majors in saves as the pitch to Namala. Line past the diving shortstop Burrows into left center. That ball's going to roll for a while. Thompson will score from second. And Namala into second base with a RBI double. Now 8-0 Rocket City. That ball was smoked. Good effort by Burrows. It'll go as a double for Namala. Well, should be anyway, but will. So an RBI double for Namala. 8-0 now. Trash Pandas. Back-to-back doubles to open the sixth inning. Namala's sixth RBI is a Rocket City Trash Panda. And now Nick Rodriguez, he's 1 for 2, a double walk and a run score. But Rolly Fingers, they said led the Major League. I don't know if he led the entire Major League, but led the National League in saves twice and then also the American League in saves. Happy 80th birthday to Rolly Fingers. There's the pitch on the way to Rodriguez, and that's a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. One of the obviously centerpieces of the Oakland A's championship teams of the early 70s, many of whom came through Birmingham, such as Vida Blue and Reggie Jackson and Dave Duncan. And anyway, Rolly Fingers, his 80th birthday was yesterday. 7-time All-Star, Cy Young Award winner, World Series MVP. You get the idea. The 1-1. Hit back to the mound, grabbed by Wright, and now hung up between second and third is Namala. He'll run the ball back towards second. Will Wright throws to the shortstop Burrows, who throws to the third baseman Shelton, who throws to the second baseman Colmenares, who eventually tags Namala out between second and third. So that'll go 1-6-5-4. So that's one out. Namala, despite running into an out, did do a good job because he stayed in the rundown long enough to allow Rodriguez to go to second. So in a way, there's not really a lot of they would have had an out one way or another and still would have had a runner at second one way or another. So 1-6-5-4 on the fielder's choice. Now it's Monroe, 8-0 Rocket City. Top of the sixth, and the pitch taken for a strike 0-1. So Rodriguez at second again, 1-6-5-4 on the fielder's choice. He's at second, is Rodriguez. There's one out. Monroe, a 2-run home in the third. He's 2 for 3, and he swings and fouls on the plate, strike 1. No balls and a strike, but yeah, Rolly Fingers, the Rolaids Relief Award winner 4 times in his career. Again, a member of the Baseball Hall of Fame, and really one of the first to, I guess you could say, perfect the closer's role. Known for his handlebar mustache, but Rolly Fingers spent back-to-back seasons with the Birmingham A's, 1967 and 1968. He was a starting pitcher in the minor leagues, starting pitcher with Birmingham. 8-0 is the score. Rocket City leads Birmingham as Garrett Wright delivers, and he misses outside for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. In 1967, when he was with Birmingham, was really at that time still a Kansas City A's farm club, and they moved to Oakland a year later. 2-1 on the way, fouled the plate, strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, but 67 Birmingham A's, 3 Hall of Famers on that team. Tony La Russa didn't make it as a player to the Hall of Fame, but in the Hall of Fame as a manager, but was a player here. Of course, Reggie Jackson, Rolly Fingers, part of that Hall of Fame trio. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Garrett Wright delivers, and Monroe is swing and a miss. And a fastball down and in, strike 3, and he is out for a strikeout for Wright. 2 down, 8-0 Rocket City leads Birmingham. Top of the 6th inning. This is Doug Greenwald. You're listening to the Birmingham Barons on Jocks 100.5 FM. And now it's Zach Cozart. It's Jacob Cozart. 1 for 3, an RBI single and a run scored. Runner at second base, Rodriguez, and the pitch, and that's up and in, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Joe Rudy was also on that team in 1967. Big part of the A's big league success in the early 70s for the left fielder. And then we mentioned Rolly Fingers was with the Birmingham A's the following year. As the pitch is low for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. That team featured a guy who had in addition to Fingers, a really, really good major league career. I don't think he'll make the Hall of Fame, but Darrell Evans, who had 414 big league home runs. He and Fingers were together here in 68, playing over at Rickwood, the 2-0 pitch. And that's taken for a strike on the outside corner. 2 balls and 1 strike. But anyway, happy 80th birthday yesterday to one of the great alums of professional baseball in this city. Rolly fingers. 2 balls, 1 strike. And the kick and the pitch, and that's low and in. Ball 3 to Cozart. So 3 balls and 1 strike to Jacob Cozart, who again was just traded from Cleveland to the Angels. In fact, those 2 teams playing each other this week in Anaheim. Traded for power hitting outfielder Joe Adell, who homered against the Angels. I believe it was either last night or the other night as Cozart takes. That's outside, ball 4, so he's on base for the second time. And it's first and second for Bartolero. Yeah, Cozart, 3 seasons at North Carolina State. We talked about his friendship with Barron first baseman Alec Briley. The 2 of them were teammates with the Wolfpack in 2024. Well, that'll be all for Garrett Wright. Pat Leland on his way to the mound, and we will have a pitching change. So we'll step out, top of the 6th inning. 2 on, 2 out, the score. Rocket City 8 and Birmingham nothing. Back in a moment on Jocks 100.5 FM.
WX Helena, a Cumulus station. Your home for Birmingham Barons baseball. 100.5 Jocks 2.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just non-stop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that tastes good. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan world is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
The Palm downtown is a locally owned premium pet resort that specializes in high-quality boarding, grooming, daycare, and training for your furry loved ones. Conveniently located just minutes from Region Field. Time for a tour today at the Palms downtown.
Tommy Vale makes his 2026 Birmingham debut as we are in the top half of the 6th inning. And an 8-0 lead for Rocket City. Greenwald with you on Jocks 100.5 FM. So Vale, the Seattle area native, comes on to do the pitching. Of course, we got to see Tommy Vale quite a bit last year, and good to see him back this year. It's been kind of it's been I guess you could say, a frustrating year health-wise for Vale, who has been at AAA Charlotte for 1 game in the 9 games in High A Winston-Salem. Now makes this year his AA debut. And the first pitch on the way to Bartolero, swing and a miss, strike 1, no balls and 1 strike. Vale 4-2 last year with Birmingham in 15 games, 5 as a starter. His ERA last season with Birmingham was at 3 even, the 0-1. And that's driven deep down the right field line toward the corner, and that is foul. No balls and 2 strikes. 8 runs, 12 hits, no errors for Rocket City. Nothing across for Birmingham. But Vale, 4 games in the Arizona complex this year for the White Sox. And then, as I mentioned, 9 games at Winston-Salem. But he's had a tough go of it, the 0-2. And that's inside, ball 1. 1-2. I had a long visit with Tommy Vale last homestand. And the reason he has missed much of this year is because of an appendectomy. He had an appendectomy at the end of spring training, and he told me about it. He said, I had the procedure in the Phoenix area. Runners at first and second and the pitch, and that's chopped. Second baseman Colmenares is up with the ball, and he'll hustle to the second base bag to get the force on Cozart. So 4 unassisted on the force at second base. And the Trash Pandas are out in the 6th. Another run for Rocket City. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left. We go to the bottom half of the 6th. It is Rocket City 8 and Birmingham nothing on Jocks 100.5 FM. Thank you. Well, Austin Gordon has offered nothing tonight for the Barons. He is perfect through 5 innings. Grant McGill leads it off, and he flies one toward right to his left, Flint. And Tucker Flint will run it down, the right fielder in fair territory. Again, moving to his left. 1 pitch, 1 out. Bottom of the 6th inning. 8 runs, 12 hits, no errors for Rocket City. Nothing for the Barons. Austin Gordon, 6 strikeouts through now 5 1/3 innings of perfect baseball. And now it's Jose Colmenares who lined a shortstop in the 3rd. 8-0 Rocket City. And the pitch on the way to Colmenares, and he takes a strike on the outside corner. No balls and 1 strike. No. Barons, again, have hit the ball hard a few times. As Colmenares hits this one towards second. To his left, gloved cleanly by Rodriguez. And the second baseman will throw to Bartolero at first. And Colmenares is out quickly, 2 down. In the bottom half of the 6th, it is 8-0 Rocket City leading Birmingham. And now the left fielder comes up, and it's Samuel Zavala. So as I mentioned, the Barons have had a couple of hard-hit balls and a couple of 3-ball counts as the pitch to Zavala is inside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. In fact, the 5th inning, DePino was retired on a 3-2 count. Then Burrows was ahead at 3-0 and then struck out as the Zavala takes, and that drops it nicely for a strike on the outside corner. And the count's at 1 ball and 1 strike. 8 runs, 12 hits, no errors for the Trash Pandas. And again, nothing for the Barons. Gordon kicks and delivers, and Zavala swings on a tap up on the grass, first base side. Bare hand grab by the pitcher Gordon, and he'll throw to Bartolero at first. Zavala is out, so that was close to a hit there. Not what you would think of as a hit, but that was close, and nice job by Gordon. All he could do was barehanded, had to angle himself. That's not an easy throw from the pitcher to first, and they get
Play bingo along with every pitch. And the best part? It's completely free. Download the Valley Sports Live app on your phone or
Getting
connect
off
your
the
device
Rocket
to
City
start
side,
watching
right
action.
fielder Tucker Flint.
We go to the 7th inning tonight. Rocket City 8, Birmingham nothing. Again, these teams tied for the second half playoff spot in the Southern League's North Division. But right now, looking good that Rocket City will regain that advantage. Remember, they also have the tiebreaker. If the is the first pitch to Flint outside, ball 1, 1-0. I mentioned this earlier, and I'll just remind you from time to time, a split in this series does the Barons no good, the 1-0. And Tommy Vale delivers a strike to Tucker Flint on the inside corner, 1-1. Because if these teams split, all that does is erase 6 games, and Barons obviously would still be 1 back, but really would be 2 back because Rocket City would have the tiebreaker. The first tiebreaker is the second half head-to-head, not the overall head-to-head, just the second half meeting. So Flint swings and misses And a high fastball strike, 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Flint, Flores, and Skoll, 6, 7, 8. Flint, 2 for 3, an RBI single in that 3-run first. Then Singleton scored in the 4-run third. The 1-2, and Tucker swings and misses. High fastball, strike 3, and he is out. So Tommy Vale, his first strikeout this year as a Baron, 1 down. And now Juan Flores, the catcher, comes up. Talking about Vale, and I mentioned earlier that coming back from an appendectomy that he had at the end of spring. Had it in the Phoenix area, obviously where spring training is, and then stayed down there to rehab. As the pitch to Flores is taken for a strike on the outside corner. No balls and 1 strike. And I asked him about that, and knock on wood, folks, I still have my appendix. I'm not looking to give it up anytime soon. No balls, 1 strike. And Flores takes, and that's outside, ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike, but the appendicitis, that knocked him out until June. He didn't pitch. Vale didn't pitch until June of this year, and that was, a few games in the Arizona Complex League, the 1-1. And that's popped up foul, first base side, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 8-0 Rocket City leads Birmingham. Visitors have the 7th, so he was in Arizona for a few months. And, again, I really have no idea how an appendicitis affects a throwing arm, but he mentioned that, you're still using your muscles a lot and it's still tender in that area, and he was out for a while. But good to see him back. One of the really good guys around, Tommy Vale, the 1-2, big swing and a miss to the breaking ball, strike 3, and Flores is out. Second strikeout for Vale, 2 down. 7th inning, top half, 8-0 Rocket City. Now the center fielder, Anthony Skoll, comes up. So after Vale pitched 4 games in the Arizona Complex League, then he was sent to High A Winston-Salem, where he pitched for on and off for about 9 games. Swing here by Skoll, line drive, center field, base hit. Center fielder Bonham up with the ball, gets it in towards second. So now with Skoll getting on base tonight, and specifically getting a hit tonight, every trash panda in the starting lineup tonight has at least a hit, and obviously has now been on base safely. It's also hit number 13 for Rocket City to go along with an 8-0 lead. Now it's Thompson, who's 1 for 3, a double and a run scored. So Skoll at first, being held on by Briley in the pitch, and Thompson is swinging a miss with a high fastball, strike 1. No balls and 1 strike. And then after Winston-Salem, Vale made 1 game, pitched 1 game in AAA Charlotte. No balls and a strike. Vale delivers, and that's taken for a strike on the outside corner. 1-1 from Vale, who's 27 years old, born in Seattle, 6 feet, 195 pounds. And those of you Auburn fans that remember Vale from Auburn, but he went to school at a bunch of places. And Tommy Vale, who spent 3 years in Notre Dame and then went to TCU for a year and then finished at Auburn. That was in 23. 8-0 Rocket City, top of the 7th, and the pitch, and that's swung on by Thompson and lifted down the left field side foul. And the count holds at no balls and 2 strikes. Tommy Vale. So, as I mentioned, his first appearance this year with the Barons. So no balls and 2 strikes the count. Shelton back of the bag, not far off the line at third. Shortstop Burrows heavily shades the bag at second. Big hole on the left side of the diamond. And Vale delivers, and Thompson stays alive, pokes this one foul left side. And the count holds it. No balls and 2 strikes. Skoll at first, not a huge lead. And the 1-2 to Thompson, and he pops this one up. Left side of the diamond, it's going to be the third baseman, Shelton, moving in the direction of shortstop to make the catch. So Thompson pops to the third baseman in Colby Shelton. 1 hit, 1 left. Stretch time from Birmingham. We'll see the Barons can at least get a base run tonight. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It is 8-0. Stretch time for Birmingham. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It is 8-0. The Rocket City Trash Pandas out in front. And for the third time tonight, Birmingham will go to the top of its order for the right fielder Dylan Campbell to face Austin Gordon. Perfect through 6 tonight. And the first pitch to Campbell. And he takes a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Campbell, Bonnemer, and Briley to see if the Barons can somehow start the ignition. They have been unable to start the car tonight, the 0-1. And that swung on and a low liner, and it's past the shortstop, Namala, into left field. Low line drive. Looked like Namala was going to catch that one. It was hit right at him. And it'll be ruled a base hit for Dylan Campbell. So, perfect game and no-hitter are over. I mean, that ball looked like it just went right through the glove of Namala. So it will be a base hit for Campbell. And now we'll see. Well, Gordon normally has gone out of the stretch, but now we'll see him work with a runner on for the first time. Now it's Bonnemer. And Caleb takes low outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Nobody warming in either bullpen. I thought, sometimes once the perfect game or no hitter is over, especially the minor league level, when innings and pitch counts are so limited, that maybe you let a guy go. He's got something good going, but well, as I said, we'll see. I mean, I know he just allowed the hit a moment ago. Bonnemer is swinging and missing a high fastball. Strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. That was a tough call for the scorekeeper, but kind of looking at the reaction of the Rocket City third base dugout, but tough to tell what they really think. The 1-1 on the way, low ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. I mean, it was a hard hit ball, and what makes it more difficult for the scorekeeper is that a no-hitter was intact. Perfect game was intact. Obviously, the perfect game ended once the ball got past Namala. 2 balls and a strike, and the pitch to Bonnemer, and that's swung on and fouled to the plate. Strike 2. And the count's at 2 balls and 2 strikes. I mentioned Austin Gordon tonight through 6+ innings. Most innings he's worked this year is 7. That was July 8th at home against Chattanooga, a 3-1 win. But Gordon, as we talked about, 4 straight starts with a win. Appears to be heading in that direction again. His last 6 decisions have been wins. The 2-2 from the set, and Bonnemer takes, and that's right down the middle. He knew it's strike 3, and he's out. The 7th strikeout for Gordon, whose season high in that department is 10. He's done that a couple of times, including against Birmingham on August 4th in a win in Madison. Gordon coming into tonight, 3rd in the Southern League in ERA at 4.39. Now it's Briley who lifts one high and foul down the left field line, strike 1. No balls and 1 strike. But Gordon tied for 2nd in starts coming into tonight with 23. 3rd in the league in strikeouts entering play with 114. So certainly given a large lead early tonight, that 3-run top of the 1st. And since then, it's now become an 8-0 Rocket City advantage. The 0-1 to Briley, and he pops this one up. First baseman Bartolero will be there in foul ground to make the catch, just on the lip of the grass halfway between the coach's box and the dugout. So Briley fouls out to first. So 2 away. Campbell holds at first base. And now it's Andy DePino who comes up. He is 0 for 2. He has struck out swinging and fouled to first. Campbell at first, not likely going to go. His run certainly didn't mean anything. The pitch to DePino, and he takes a breaking ball for a strike on the inside corner. No balls, 1 strike. There is action in the Rocket City bullpen now. Lucas Malstedt getting loose, the 0-1, and DePino takes a strike on the inside corner. No balls and 2 strikes. Doesn't appear to be anybody in the Barons bullpen getting loose. Now Vail could use the work. No balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch to Pino, and he takes just high ball 1. And the count's at 1 ball and 2 strikes with Colby Shelton on deck. 8-0 Rocket City. And the Barons won last night 11-8 to position themselves coming into the night, tied for first for the wild card, or for the second half playoff spot. Pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. DePino is out on strikes. 8 strikeouts for Austin Gordon. 1 hit for the Barons, 1 left. We go to the 8th. 8-0. Rocket City leads Birmingham on Jocks 100.5 FM. Again tomorrow night, Thursday at Regents Field. $2.75 beer and seltzers presented by Miller Lite and Buffalo Wild Wings. And also tomorrow night, it's singles night and August Ogtoberfest. 6:45 pregame, 7 o'clock first pitch. Look forward to seeing you at the ballpark. Top of the Rocket City order for the 5th time. It's a shortstop in Arjun Namala. And Tommy Vale delivers, and Namala flies this one to center field. Caleb Bonimer, opportunity for him again, and looks good on that as he drifts back and in front of the 400-foot marker, still on the grass, makes the catch, and Namala is out. 1 up and 1 down, so Namala, Rodriguez, and Monroe. 8 runs, 13 hits, no errors for Rocket City, no runs, 1 hit, and only 1 base runner, no errors for Birmingham. Against Tommy Vale. And now it's Rodriguez who takes a strike on the inside corner. And the count is at no balls and 1 strike. And the pitch on the way, and that's taken for a strike on the outside corner. And the count at no balls and 2 strikes. So 0-2 the count. And Vale deals, and that's swung on and blew toward left field, and that's going to fall in, a base hit for Rodriguez. That's his 2nd hit tonight. The left fielder Zavala hustled in for it. The shortstop Burrows went out.
Third baseman, Jake Monroe.
So Rodriguez again, his 2nd hit tonight. It's a 14th hit for Rocket City. And an 8-0 advantage for the Trash Pandas. Now Monroe is 2 for 4. 2-run homer in the 3rd. He's also doubled. Tommy Vale delivers from the set. Fastball, swing and a miss, strike 1. No balls and 1 strike from Vale, who mentioned grew up in Seattle. Understandably a Mariners fan for Tommy Vale. Outfield medium depth and straight away. And the pitch, and that's foul to the backstop. And the count's at no balls and 2 strikes. Mentioned Malstead warming for Rocket City, so we could see him next inning or the bottom of this inning. Vale's 0-2. That's up and away, ball one. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count from Vale. But, yeah, quite a story. He and I, as I said, were able to catch up quite a bit. And it told me the appendectomy he had, he was kept in the hospital for 1 night, but did have it done laparoscopically. Now I guess I'm twice the age of Tommy Vale, and as I mentioned earlier, not that all of you care, but I'll say it again. I still have mine. I don't want to give mine up, my appendix. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 8-0 the Trash Pandas, and the pitch, and that's high ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. And the pitch and a big swing and a breaking ball foul at the plate. And the count holds at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the Barons in the thick of a playoff race. And again, you know, it's not looking good tonight for the Barons, down 8-0. But as I said, the Barons do need to really win 4 out of 6. And that's definitely still in play in this series, even if they should lose tonight. Obviously, the parent club of the Barons, the White Sox, have been in the thick of the race all year. Swinging a foul ball right side. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 8-0 Rocket City leads Birmingham, top of the 8th. Well, quite a series the White Sox and Rangers have been having in Chicago. The Rangers scoring 11 runs the other night en route to a win. Last night, it was a White Sox 11-run output, good enough for a win. And it'll be double digits again tonight. The 2-2 swing and a foul tip. And the glove of the catcher, McGill, strike 3, and Monroe is out. And that's the 3rd strikeout for Tommy Vale. So 2 down. And now the designated hitter, Jacob Cozart, comes up. Now, White Sox lead the Rangers 10-4, top of the 7th. White Sox 3 2-run innings and a 4-run 6th. Brenton Doyle, who came over from the Rockies, his 3rd White Sox homer. Swing, fly ball, center field. Bottomer right there, and Caleb's looked good in center in his center field professional debut. As he makes the catch. 1 hit, 1 left. Lucas Malstead will be the new pitcher for Rocket City. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. It is 8-0. The Rocket City Trash Pandas out in front over the Birmingham Barons on Jocks 100.5 FM. And Colby Shelton leads it off as Malstead, who made his Trash Panda debut in April against Birmingham, pours it a strike to Shelton on the outside corner, 0-1. Shelton, Burrows, and McGill 5, 6, 7. 8-0 Rocket City, bottom of the 8th. Infield around to the right, and Shelton is swinging a foul to the screen. Strike 2-2. So outstanding job tonight. Tough to be any better than Gordon. For Austin Gordon, had that 3-run lead after a half inning and really took it from there. 7 shutout innings for Gordon. 1 hit allowed, 1 base runner allowed, no walks, and he struck out 8. Shelton, he's 0 for 2. No balls, 2 strikes. 8 runs, 14 hits, no errors for the Trash Pandas. 0-1-0 for the Barons as Colby takes up and away, ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Malstedt, who grew up near Daytona, 6'3", 180 pounds. He's 23 years old. And like Austin Gordon, played his college ball at Clemson. Clemson and Wofford as the pitch is inside for a ball. Two balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch, and that swung on and popped up third base side, and that'll reach the top of the dugout. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two balls and 2 strikes, the count. Colby Shelton. And the pitch, and Colby swings, drives another one, foul left side. So 2-2 the count. So I mentioned the White Sox. And leading 10-4 over the Rangers in the bottom of the 7th. And that game's in Chicago. The kick of the 2-2. Shelton swings, grounds one towards short. Namala has this one, and he'll throw to the first baseman, Bartolero, and Shelton is retired. So 1 away, and now the shortstop, Brian Burrows, comes up. I mentioned Britton Doyle, a home run, his 3rd as a White Sox. Tristan Peters homered tonight again for the White Sox. His 12th of the year. He's now homered in 5 straight games. Sean Burke went the first 3 innings for the White Sox, and now the other Sean, and Sean Newcomb into the ball game. And actually now after Newcomb, it's Jonathan Candle. The pitch is fouled off right side, strike 1. No balls and 1 strike. White Sox 4 RBIs tonight for Doyle. Now remember, Doyle was just traded from the Colorado Rockies to the Chicago White Sox, a deal that sent Mason Adams over to the Colorado Rockies. No balls, 1 strike. And the pitch, and that's taken for a strike on the outside corner. And the count's at no balls and 2 strikes. And congratulations to Mason Adams. The former Birmingham Baron made his major league debut last night for the Rockies. The 0-2 to Burrows, and that's right down the middle, strike 3. And he is out, 2 down. 8-0 Rocket City. Bottom of the 8th inning. Doug Greenwald with you on Jocks 100.5 FM. And now Grant McGill, the catcher, comes up. But anyway, Mason Adams, who got his feet wet with the Barons in 23 with a couple of outings, but in 24 was here pretty much all season. 18 games, 17 as a starter, and then spent last year he was out due to injury, and then with Tommy John surgery, and now came back with Charlotte this year, and then just traded. As the pitch to McGill, and that's driven towards center. Skoll a long way to go, and he'll run it down in front of the warning track. So McGill is out, and 1, 2, 3 go the Barons in the 8th. We go to the 9th. It is 8-0 Rocket City leading Birmingham on Jocks 100.5 FM.
Now to cheer on the Birmingham Barons and support our local community. We specialize in IT managed services, cybersecurity, and AI guidance, helping your business run smarter, safer, and more efficiently. Whether you're protecting your data or planning for the future, ACCI has you covered. With expert support you can trust. Visit acci.com to learn more. ACCI, powering Birmingham business with technology that works. ACCI, we've got IT covered.
For more than 140 years, the Birmingham Barons have been giving extra. Extra bases, extra innings, extra reasons to cheer. At Regions, we're proud to support the Barons and their fans. With a Birmingham Barons Visa debit card, you can show your pride while earning extra cash back with Regions offers. So all of those peanuts and Cracker Jacks can add up to real savings. Here's to another extraordinary season of Barons baseball and all the extraordinary memories that come with it.
Barons fans, step up to the plate with Mi Pueblo Super.
Seven is the pitch on the way is outside for a ball, 1-2. Phil Fox, 2 wins, 4 losses, 3.31 ERA, 28th appearance, his 26th out of the bullpen with a couple of saves. The righty winds on the 1-2. Swinging a foul to the backstop. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Talking earlier about Mason Adams, the former Baron, making his big league debut last night for Colorado. That was at Washington. Got the start, worked 4 innings, struck out 5 in that one, allowed 1 run earned. So congratulations to the former Baron. Now in the big leagues with Colorado. The 1-2 pitch, strike 3 called outside corner. And Bartolero is out for strikeout for Fox. Well, first batter he sees. 8-0 Rocket City. We're in the top of the 9th, and now it's Tucker Flint. But especially after Mason Adams missed all of last season with Tommy John surgery. You look at Kai Bush and Juan Corella, Connor McCuller, Mason Adams. So many who have been Barons but have also missed time with Tommy John surgery. Now Flint swings and a high fly ball to center field. Bonnemer back, and he'll be there on the warning track to make the catch. So Bonnemer, the center fielder, hauls it in, 2 out. Top of the 9th inning. It is an 8-0 Rocket City lead, and now the catcher Juan Flores will dig in. But yeah, Brenton Doyle traded for Mason Adams, and hopefully it'll work out well for both. Maybe Brenton Doyle, will provide a punch offensively for the White Sox down the stretch one, and Rocky's trying to rebuild and get a good young pitcher, and Mason Adams is the pitch on the way to Flores inside for a ball, 1-0. You look at, this year the White Sox have been able to develop players like Jacob Gonzalez, now with Pittsburgh, Mason Adams now with Colorado. Pitch on the way, a pop-up foul right side, 1-1. Boston Smith already with 8 home runs in the Mariners system, playing at Double-A Arkansas. Hopefully his time soon will come in the big leagues. He's got a little further to go, being a Double-A right now. But as we say, it's not White Sox development. It's not Mets development. It's not Giants development. It's called player development. All 30 teams called player development, and you have 100 so players in your organization. They're all going to make the big leagues in your system. 1-1 pitch outside, ball 2, 2-1 to Flores, a 2-run home in the 3rd. Fox delivers, and Flores takes, and that's outside for a ball. And that's ball 3. And the count's at 3 balls and 1 strike from Phil Fox. 8-0 Rocket City, top half of the 9th inning. But anyway, the White Sox up 10-4 in the top half of the 8th, and appear to be in good shape in that one. The pitch on the way, slap towards short, and Burrows has this one go under his glove. Burrows moving to his left, unable to get to the ball. The center fielder Bonnemer gets it in toward second. It'll be a single for Flores. So he is now 2 for 5, and that's the 15th hit for Rocket City to go along with an 8-0 lead. And now the center fielder, Anthony Skoll, will come to the plate. What's been interesting about the White Sox race this year in the American League Central, and they've been in first place, I want to say White Sox have been in first place since like early June. Like they've not relinquished it. So now it's Skoll who fouls into the backstop 0-1. But it's the fact that they have been in a lot of first place series this year, first place showdown, you want to call it, whether it be Cleveland on their tail or the Twins right behind them or the Tigers have been right behind them at certain times. No balls, 1 strike to Skoll, who's 1 for 4. And the pitch, and Skoll is swinging a foul to the screen, 0-2. The weird thing is the hottest team in the American League Central up until tonight, Kansas City. But the Royals' 9-game winning streak coming to an end. Toronto at home beating Kansas City 3-0. Cleveland won at the Angels 4-3. No balls, 2 strikes. Fox delivers, and Skoll takes, and that's up and away, ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Minnesota leads at the A's 4-2, bottom of the 6th. So if the White Sox hold on and win, they'll remain 2.5 games up over Cleveland for first place. White Sox and Twins big series this weekend in Minnesota. We said that a lot about the White Sox this year in big series. As the pitch to Skoll, swing and a miss to the breaking ball, strike 3. And he is out. A scoreless 9th inning for Fox with a pair of strikeouts. 1 hit, 1 left. Last chance for Birmingham. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Rocket City 8 and Birmingham 0. Goes to the Birmingham Barons on Jocks 100.5 FM.
Love watching the future of baseball? With the Valley Sports Live app, you can stream every minor league baseball game and follow baseball's top prospects anytime, anywhere. Experience minor league baseball like never before. Dive in with real-time enhanced stats, track your favorite players, and play bingo along with every pitch. And the best part? It's completely free. Download the Valley Sports Live app on your phone or connected device to start watching now.
Sixth-round pick in 2023 by the Angels. Now, the Barons have only been shut out once this year. That was June 20th at Pensacola, lost 4-0. So they have not been shut out at home this season. That's in jeopardy tonight. Jose Colmenares leads it off, and he hits one foul. Third base side, strike 1. No balls and 1 strike. Colmenares, Zavala, and then the top of the Birmingham order for the right fielder in Campbell. 8 runs, 15 hits, no errors for Rocket City. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for Birmingham. And just 1 base runner for the Barons. Manassi, gray pants up to his knees, deal. Swing ground ball to third. Backhanded back of the bag by Monroe. And he'll make the coast-to-coast throw over to Bartolero at first. And Colmenares is out, 1 away. And now Samuel Zavala will come up to face Manassi, who has been with the Trash Pandas now for a couple of seasons. Zavala is 0 for 2 tonight. And the pitch on the way, and that's taken for a strike on the outside corner. No balls and 1 strike. Manasseh 4-3 this year with Rocket City, 2.79 ERA. 32nd appearance all out of the bullpen. 2 saves. Of course, this is not a save situation. The kick in the 0-1, and that's up and away, ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike from Manasseh, sporting the light blue stirrups with the red cleats, the angel red-like cleats. Infield around to the right, the 1-1, and that's outside, ball 2. So the count moves to 2 balls and 1 strike. So unless the full moon, which we can see, or I can see up well above right field, somehow caves in, Rocket City will get the game right back after losing last night and go back up by 1 game over the Barons in the race for the second half Southern League North Division playoff race. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Zavala as Manasseh from the belt kicks and delivers, and that's inside for a ball. So count moves to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Rocket City has pitched 5 shutouts this year. Delivers, and that's fouled off left side. 3 balls, 2 strikes. As I mentioned, the Barons have only been shut out once, I told you about, but not been shut out at home this year. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Third baseman Monroe plays over towards short. The payoff, and Zavala takes, and that's outside, ball 4. So first walk issued by any Rocket City pitcher tonight. So Zavala will head down to first. It is 8-0 Rocket City. And now for the 4th time tonight, Birmingham will go to the top of its order for the right fielder, Dylan Campbell. Well, I do remember the Barons in that series at Montgomery had an 8-run 9th inning. Barons are down by 3 runs. I think it's either down by 2 or 3 going to the 9th inning, and scored 8 times to go ahead and hold on to win. An 8-run 9th inning has occurred this year for Birmingham. So if an 8-run 9th inning occurs tonight, it'll tie the game. And I think all of us will be puzzled. The 1-0 pitch, and that's inside, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. That was July 25th, so for all intents and purposes, a month ago tonight. I know it's now the 26th, but it was a 10-6 Birmingham win with an 8-run 9th. You're saying there's a chance. The 2-0 pitch here is a strike called on the inside corner, 2-1. Well, I'll tell you what, something similar happened today in the major leagues in terms of a miracle 9th inning. The Cincinnati Reds scored 7 times in the 9th and won at San Francisco 10-9. So it's possible. The pitch on the way. Campbell swings, hits one toward third. Snagged by Monroe. Goes to Rodriguez at second for 1. On to first. Not in time. So Campbell beats it out. 5-4 on the force at second. The game stays alive, and now Birmingham is down to its last out for the center fielder, Caleb Bonham. That's right. The Reds were down 9-3 going to the 9th. And the Giants franchise, when you go back to the New York days, started in 1883. So the Giants franchise has been around for roughly 145 years. In the entire history of that franchise, the team had never blown a 9th inning lead that large. As Bonham a foul to the screen, 0-1. That's right. It was the largest 9th inning blown lead in the history of the Giants, dating back to when they were called the Troy Trojans back in 1883. Giants blew a 6-run 9th inning lead, and the Reds salvaged salvaged 1 game of that series. Still lost 2 of 3, but do win today, 10-9. So miracles can happen. This would be quite the miracle. The 0-1 pitch, and Bonham drives one high and deep down the left field line, foul. Strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes the count, and now Birmingham is down to its last strike. And tomorrow, 6:45 pregame, 7 o'clock first pitch. Thursday, we'll have singles night. Og is an August Ogtoberfest. And all that tomorrow. The 0-2 to Bonham inside 1-2. $2.75 beer and seltzers throughout the game tomorrow night. Well, through the first 7 innings tomorrow night. Rocket City pitcher will be left-hander Lucas Knowles. Birmingham right-hander Connor McCullough. Birmingham down to its last strike. 8-0 Trash Pandas the pitch. Bottomer stays alive. Tapper foul up along third. Count holds at 1 ball and 2 strikes to the center fielder tonight. Again, his first game ever in his life. That's what Caleb Bottomer told me, playing in center field. Anyway, 99% of the time see him at third. The 1-2 pitch, and that's outside from Manasseh, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes with Alec Briley wetting on deck. Campbell will lead at first. They don't care about him. Bartolero plays well behind him. They'll kick on the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Foul tipped into the glove of the catcher. Flores, strike 3. And the ball game is over. And this one was really not a contest from the start, as Rocket City, a 1-hit shutout tonight, beating Birmingham 8-0. So Bottomer strikes out for the 3rd time tonight. And the first strikeout for Canada Manasseh tonight is his only strikeout this evening. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left. Final score tonight, it was Rocket City 8 and Birmingham nothing. Rocket City now goes back up by that 1 game plus the tiebreaker for the second half playoff spot in the North. 8-0 Rocket City wins it. We'll be back with the final totals in a moment on Jocks 100.5 FM.
WX Helena, a Cumulus station. Your home for Birmingham Barons baseball. 100.5 Jocks 2.
More than 100 extra bases, extra innings, extra reasons to cheer. At Regions, we're proud to support the Barons and their fans. With the Birmingham Barons Visa debit card, you can show your pride while earning extra cash back with Regions offers. So all of those peanuts and Cracker Jacks can add up to real savings. Here's to another extraordinary season of Barons baseball and all the extraordinary memories.
Love watching the future of baseball? With the Valley Sports Live app, you can stream every minor league baseball game and follow baseball's top prospects anytime, anywhere. Experience minor league baseball like never before. Dive in with real-time enhanced stats, track your favorite players, and play bingo along with every pitch. And the best part? It's completely free. Download the Valley Sports Live app on your phone or connected device to start watching now.
Southern summers have a few key features: the endless sunshine, weekend beach trips, and of course, the incredible farm fresh produce bursting with flavor in every bite. Feeling peachy? We've got you covered. Wild for watermelons? So are we. And of course, it wouldn't be summer in the South without sinking your teeth into a simply perfect tomato sandwich. Find peaches, watermelons, tomatoes, and more near you at sweetgrownalabama.org. That's sweetgrownalabama.org.
Mike up.
Final score tonight, it was the Rocket City Trash Pandas 8 and the Birmingham Barons nothing. Here are the final totals. First for the Rocket City Trash Pandas, now 28 and 25 in the second half and 63 and 58 overall. 8 runs, 15 hits, no errors, and 9 left. For the Birmingham Barons, now 27 and 26 in the second half and 53 and 69 overall. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 stranded. Austin Gordon, who had a perfect game through 6 innings. What can you say about him? He had the lead early, and he took care of it. 7 shutout innings tonight with 8 strikeouts. The winner, he is 8-6 for Rocket City, and the loss to Birmingham still incoming, and he is 4-8. 2 hours and 22 minutes this game took in front of a paid crowd of 2,509. Stay tuned. The postgame show comes up next.
For more than 40
All right.
years, the Birmingham
I got Campbell's breaking up the no-hitter.
That's about it.
extra innings,
Yep.
extra reasons to cheer. At Regions, we're proud to support the Barons and their fans. With a Birmingham Barons Visa debit card, you can show your pride while earning extra cash back with Regions offers. So all of those peanuts and Cracker Jacks can add up to real savings. Here's to another extraordinary season of Barons baseball and all the extraordinary memories that come with it.
Kroger Delivery brings fresh produce, dairy, frozen favorites, and household essentials straight to your door within the 1-hour time frame that fits your busy schedule. Shop from your phone or laptop, Save with digital coupons and reorder past favorites in seconds. Refrigerated trucks and professional drivers guarantee freshness every time. A Boost membership provides fee-free delivery and extra fuel rewards for more savings. Visit Kroger.com to schedule your first delivery today. Go Barons!
My dad. He's been there my entire life to help me make important decisions. So after he suffered a stroke, I knew it was my turn to help him decide which rehabilitation hospital was best for him. I asked the medical staff and close friends where they thought he would receive the best care and outcome, and they all said Encompass Health. Encompass Health has advanced therapies that are highly personalized and extremely effective. No wonder they are the nation's largest system of rehabilitation hospitals. Visit EncompassHealth.com to learn more.
Mike up.
Final score tonight, it was Rocket City 8 and Birmingham nothing. Well, after last night's Game 1 of this series, win by Birmingham, in which they scored early and often and won 11-8, it was time to try and top that tonight. And we had to wait a little bit. We had to wait 32 minutes at the beginning of the game because of a rain delay. So we got things going at 7:32 tonight. And for Birmingham, it was right-hander Dylan Cumming, and for Rocket City, right-hander Austin Gordon. And the very first batter of the game for Rocket City, the shortstop Arjun Namala, reached on a tapper toward third and went as an infield single. Barely beat it out, but he did reach base on that. And just like that, leadoff man on. After that, Dylan Cumming got the next two outs. So despite Namala moving to second base, but what has been, well, one of the biggest problems this year for the Barons, it's been allowing two-out runs. And Dylan Cumming, unfortunately, just could not get that final out of the first inning until it was really too late. Jacob Cozart, the designated hitter, an RBI single to right, which scored Namala to make it 1-0 Rocket City. Then the first baseman, Caleb Bartolero, an RBI double to center, 2-0 Rocket City, and then right fielder Tucker Flint, an RBI single to center, 3-0 Trash Pandas. It was 3-0 Trash Pandas, just six batters into the game, and right then and there, you just sort of felt that it was kind of an eerie night where 3-0 and Gordon, who's pitched very well of late and who's pitched well against the Barons this year, was going. But, you know, that first inning, as I said, sometimes the first batter of the game, that infield single, if Namala doesn't reach base. And, yeah, I realize pitch selection can be different with nobody on versus runners on. I understand that. But that led ultimately to the three first-inning runs, and all coming with two out. And the Trash Pandas, yeah, they lost last night, but all 8 of their runs last night were with two out. After a scoreless second inning, the Trash Pandas in the third added to their lead on a pair of two-run homers. Second baseman Nick Rodriguez, a leadoff double, and then the third baseman Jake Monroe, a two-run homer to left. Monroe, his sixth homer as a Trash Panda. Now 31 RBIs. That made it 5-0 Rocket City. And Monroe now 38 straight games. He's reached base safely. And then after getting the next two outs, once again, it was two-out damage. Tucker Flint, again, the right fielder, a single to left, and the catcher, Juan Flores, the Venezuelan native, a two-run homer to left. That made it, at the time, 7-0 Rocket City. The Trash Pandas added another run in the sixth, and the Barons couldn't get anything going at all tonight against Gordon, who was perfect through 6 innings. The only hit tonight for Birmingham, maybe a questionable hit, but it was Campbell, Dylan at the top of the order for the third time, and he had a low-line drive that the shortstop, Namala, missed, and it was ruled a base hit, so that broke up the perfect game, obviously the no-hitter. But the Barons never at any point got a runner even past first base tonight. The Barons drew a walk in the ninth, but irrelevant by then. And it was all Rocket City tonight, winning 8-0. And the Barons, just that first inning, you could tell, just really deflated them. I really felt sometimes you can sense in a team that even in the first inning, giving up 3 two-out runs, and you look at this series, and yeah, I realize it's 1-1. I mean, yeah, the Barons did win last night, but in this series, let's see here, the Trash Pandas scored 16 runs. 13 of the 16 runs for Rocket City have come with 2 outs. So that ought to tell you the theme so far. Austin Gordon, 7 shutout innings, 1 hit, no walks. He struck out 8. Lucas Malstead, a perfect 8th with a strikeout. And Camden Manasseh pitched the 9th inning, allowed a walk and a strikeout. Dylan Cumming tonight, the 2-out Bugaboos, getting to him 4 innings, 9 hits, 7 runs all earned, a walk, 3 strikeouts, allowed 2 home runs. Garrett Wright pitched well tonight. Decent middle relief tonight for the Barons, inning and 2/3 for Wright. 3 hits, 1 run earned, a walk, 4 strikeouts, and a wild pitch. Tommy Vale, great to see him back in a Birmingham uniform, and he pitched well this evening. 2 1/3 shutout innings, 2 hits, no walks, 3 strikeouts, and Phil Fox, the 9th, allowing a hit and a couple of strikeouts. Barons pitchers tonight combined to strike out 12. Rocket City pitchers combined to strike out 10, but all Rocket City tonight on both sides of the ball. Every batter in the Rocket City lineup had at least a hit, and Rocket City wins 8-0. And only the second time the Barons have been shut out this season, and the first time they have been shut out at home. In Rocket City, it was the 6th pitch shutout for them. Gordon, the winner for Rocket City, 8-6. Coming the Birmingham loss, 4-8. 2 hours and 22 minutes this game took, in front of a paid crowd of 2,509. I know we have the Dylan Campbell base hit, but David, you know what? It really wasn't the biggest highlight of the year, so we'll forego that. But a great job saving it, though, David. I didn't forget about it, David, but that's why I wanted to come back to it. Final score tonight, Rocket City 8, Birmingham 0. We get back, we'll tell you how the White Sox did and set the scene for tomorrow. Game number 3 of the 6-game set on Jocks 100.5 FM.
Love watching the
Yeah, it just wasn't really worth the... Yeah.
Every minor league baseball game and follow baseball's top prospects anytime, anywhere. Experience.
I mean, it was the only highlight of the night, so I just wanted to make sure.
Well, the other highlight is when the game ended, I think. So.
Track your favorite players and play bingo.
I get that.
With every pitch. And the best part? It's completely free. Download the Bally Sports Live app on your phone or connected device to start watching now.
For more than 140 years, the Birmingham Barons have been giving extra. Extra bases, extra innings, extra reasons to cheer. At Regions, we're proud to support the Barons and their fans. With a Birmingham Barons Visa debit card, you can show your pride while earning extra cash back with Regions offers. So all of those peanuts and Cracker Jacks can add up to real savings. Here's to another extraordinary season of Barons baseball and all the extraordinary memories that come with it.
Barons fans, step up to the plate with Mi Pueblo Supermarket, proud sponsor of Birmingham baseball. Whether you're gearing up for game day or celebrating a big win, Mi Pueblo brings the flavor with fresh produce, authentic Latin favorites, and international finds you won't get anywhere else. From tailgate snacks to family meals, we've got your lineup covered. Mi Pueblo Supermarket, where every day is a home run.
Michael?
Final score tonight, Rocket City 8, Birmingham 0. The Chicago White Sox tonight, they are hosting the Texas Rangers. And that game now final. White Sox win 10-4. So the White Sox take 2 out of 3 from Texas. Sean Newcomb, the winner for the White Sox. He is 2-3. Jonathan Cannon, his first White Sox save. And Mackenzie Gore, the Texas loss, he is 7-10. Brenton Doyle, again, just acquired from the Rockies. He homered for the White Sox. He had 4 RBIs tonight. Doyle, his 3rd home run of the year. I don't know if it's his first as a White Sox, but he overall has 3 home runs this season. Tristan Peters hit his 12th home run. They've all been with the White Sox, and he's homered in now 5 straight games. White Sox, 2 runs in the 2nd, 2 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th, 4 in the 6th. The White Sox have tomorrow off, and then they will start a series at Minnesota on Friday. Cleveland has won 7 straight. They won at the Angels today, so Cleveland stays 2 back of the White Sox in the divisional race in the American League. Final score here, Rocket City 8, Birmingham 0. So again, Rocket City evens the series at 1, and they go back up by 1 game over Birmingham for that second half playoff spot in the Southern League's North Division. All right, on to tomorrow. Time to set the scene. We'll be with you 6:45 for the pregame. 7 o'clock first pitch. Thursday, $2.75 beer and seltzers. presented by Miller Lite and Buffalo Wild Wings. And again, we'll have the game for you at the broadcast 3 at 6:45 and a 7 o'clock first pitch. Also tomorrow night, it's Ogtoberfest, as in August, Ogtoberfest and Singles Night. The pitching matchup tomorrow for the Rocket City Trash Pandas, it will be the left-hander in Lucas Knowles, who gets the baseball. 1 win, 1 loss, 5.22 ERA. It'll be his 12th appearance in his 12th appearance in his 4th as a starter. Meanwhile, for Birmingham, it'll be the right-hander Connor McCullough. The Kansas State product is 1-7 and a 4.12 ERA, and he'll make his 24th appearance all out of the bullpen. The lefty Knowles for Rocket City, the righty McCullough for Birmingham tomorrow, 6:45 pregame for Thursday, 7 o'clock first pitch, game 3 of this 6-game series. David Sears, tremendous job tonight. All of you fans and listeners and our corporate partners, a big thanks to all of you. Once again, the final score tonight, it was the Rocket City Trash Pandas 8 and the Birmingham Barons 0. Doug Greenwald saying goodnight from Regions Field.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
All right, I will see you the rest of the week.
All right, looking forward. Thanks, David. Okay. Bye-bye.